Courte City Expats Club is a non-profit social organisation and our speakers are volunteers. The club as such assumes no responsibility or liability for the professional reputation of or the quality of services provided by the speaker today.
Good day and Swaddy Cup and I'm here with this cat lady. Oh, the cat's coming around now. So I'm here with self-confessed crazy cat lady, Michelle Coote, fellow Aussie and arch rescuer of cats and dogs. Now, one of the things we really should touch on is what's the best. Obviously, there's a massive trouble with soy dogs and cats. More obviously, dogs. Most of us see the dogs. What's the best way to handle this plague?
Well, the most humane way is to do mass sterilisation. So you get teams of doctors in, dedicated people. You go to each area. You can do mobile clinics. The doctors come in with a mobile clinic. You go around, catch all the dogs. You dart the ones that are untouchable, you bring them into the mobile clinic and get them all sterilised, and then you put them back where they came from. It's called trap, neuter, return. So they're all sterilised, so over time this will stop the population growth. So this is the most humane way of handling this problem.
So you've seen this being effective in your area?
Yes, there's a organisation in my area called Vet Van Thailand. They've completely cleaned up my area from what it was about 3 years ago. They moved in about 3 years ago. They do this mass sterilisation, have different mobile clinics around the place, go and gather the dogs. People bring in their dogs, they can do for free. They get funded by Soy Dog Foundation. Soy Dog Foundation, based in Phuket, fund quite a number of organisations across Thailand to do this mass sterilisations. And so the Vet Van Thailand have completely cleaned up my area. You hardly, the population has less than half that you see on the streets. You know, there's some natural deaths there, but there are hardly any puppies. You hardly see any puppies in the local temple where there were like puppies all the time there. There are still some, but nowhere near the numbers that there were before. So practically every dog in my area is now sterilised. All the females, they try to get every last female. If they can't catch them, they'll dart them with sterilisation guns and get the dog in. So hardly any puppies born on the streets in my area, and they're moving around. They're moving further afield, so it really made a vast difference where I live.
So there you go, and that's much more effective than just shooting them.
Oh, absolutely, because in a country in Thailand, the situation we have here is that the whole country is saturated with this problem. The dogs are visible, the cats are certainly there, but they're less visible because they're usually in the buildings. They're in the sheltered buildings. But lots of people see the dogs out on the streets. It's saturated wherever you go in Thailand. You're going to see stray dogs. A lot of them are suffering, and so that kind of thing. So what happens if you try to clear an area? Okay, so somebody might want to try to clear a beach area or just clear a province or whatever. Okay, you can take out the dogs if you find somebody willing to do this. You could take out the dogs, cull them all, take them all out, kill them. But what happens, because this area is just surrounded by other packs of dogs, they will move into the vacated area, and people will see. People will see that the area is vacated. They'll just keep dumping puppies there or dump dogs there. So you're just going to end up with the same problem. Because the country is completely covered with stray dogs. So this is not really a solution for Thailand.
But one of your specialties really is cats. You're a dedicated cat lover. How many cats are you looking after right now? At
the moment, I have about 80. In fact, when I leave today, I have to go pick up another kitten from the temple. Someone's found another kitten, so that'll make 81. I have 80 living in my sanctuary in Bampay. Yeah.
And it started how?
It started when I moved to Bampay. After I moved there for a few years, there were lots of stray cats living in the condo building where I bought an apartment. And I see that they were breeding out of control, lots of litters of kittens being born. And I adopted one cat and started to get her sterilised. I got the other sterilised, and I got the numbers stabilised in this building. So it started with them, and then I started to move out to the streets, moved into the local temple, found huge colonies of cats in there, very ill, suffering from viruses, other illnesses, all sorts of problems, and also breeding out of control. So started this sterilised program there too. And then eventually I had to get out of the temple because people were bringing me, they're dumping too many animals. I couldn't, it was unsustainable. So now I've moved all of the cats from the condo and the temple into my house. That's where most of them come from. Well, not into my house, into my rented property, and continue to rescue more that are left out there on the streets, and kittens, and try to find kittens homes. Yeah, so.
So I would say call this lady the woman who can't say no. And one thing you can do is you can help the lady who can't say no to say yes and keep looking after these poor animals, many of whom are sick and need medical attention. And how can they help you?
Well, they can make a donation. You can find me on Facebook under my name, Michelle Coote, or you can find my cat page, which is called Cat Sanctuary Ban Pay. You can contact me by email, michellecoot21@hotmail. Or you can, so that's the best way you can contact me, through those avenues. And I could really use some financial support because I'm mainly funding this from my pension fund, and it's in danger of expiring.
So we've had some donations today. Now, even if you hate cats, this is a bargain. For only $500, which isn't a lot of money, you can get one desexed, right? So you can get your revenge on cats by having them breed less. Yes. So please, do what you can to support Michelle in this amazing crazy cat lady's journey with animal rescue in Thailand. And one of the things I really, really highly recommend that you watch the talk, because one thing you will become much more educated is on the diseases that animals have and how they can be treated, etc. So, quick, I've never done this before.
Oh, thank you, Ren.
So, goodbye, Sweaty Cup, and hugs, and meow, and oof, and we'll see you next week at Pattaya City Expats Club. Yeah.